All right, cool. So let's get started. Whoa. All right, cool. All right, perfect. So let's get started with Euro JPY last week. So if you guys can tell, last week we were looking for a pullback to area of interest 1 to buy, area of interest 2 to buy. Obviously, it didn't really come back into that area. We never got a possibility to get into the trade because could you have gotten in here? Yes, here, yes, but you guys know me. I only like to buy at a daily zone, and we didn't quite make it there, but the move ended up happening perfectly to the take profit as we were expecting. AUD CAD was the one that we did end up ended up taking, played out perfectly as I explained. Even if you would have not entered where I did and you would have entered where I was expecting, which was the break and then the retest. If you guys notice here, it broke and then it retested it. I think you could have gotten a clean entry on the 30-minute. There it is. So here you have the break of the area of interest. Here you have the retest. There is your bearish engulfing confirmation candlestick. So you could have entered here with your stop loss above, and then you take profit at this zone, still giving you a 1 to 3. So like the trade was there. This trade, you could have gotten it up here, like how I got it a little bit high risk, or you could have gotten it exactly where I explained. I didn't want to get in here because I didn't want to sell right into the zone. So you would have to wait for the break. Once you get the break, you get the retest and then you sell. And that is exactly what we got. We got the break, we got the pullback, retest, everything that we were looking for to enter this trade. Trade was absolutely beautiful. Pure bearish momentum all the way down. So this was a 1 to 4 for last week. I only took this one trade last week, and we had our take profit set at this area of interest right here. So pretty much what I'm expecting for price to do now is to essentially come back into, let me actually just leave that zone there. I'm expecting price to come back to this zone right here, or realistically any one of these. I should really take this one off. I'm just gonna leave it so I can remember. So I'm basically waiting for price to now do this, to then continue the swing down. Like, we're bearish. So all I'm trying to do is just keep answering the sells. Like, I'm really not trying to do anything else other than that. I do like this weekly bearish engulfing candlestick. If you guys remember last week, I said we have this weekly candlestick. We're more likely to fill it than not. We filled it. So now we're expecting for this next weekly candlestick to give us a wick pullback. If it gives us a wick pullback, then the following week it can have the pull to the push to the downside. So this pullback, you guys will see if we have it to this area, it's retesting weekly structure, and at the same time it's going to be retesting daily structure. So this is going to be my favorite zone in order for price to have a pullback to then sell. So this is kind of what I'm waiting for on AUD CAD. Trade is very, very much clean still. I'm going to still put it as my number one. Euro JPY. Not interested anymore. USD JPY, same thing. I was expecting a pullback into this level to go long. Never got it. Never got an entry. Never took the trade. It's really that simple. Just kind of sucks, that the trade kept on going up. And what really does suck is that we, had buys down here, and we ended up getting wicked out by like nothing. And then it has this whole push to the upside. So there's the importance of knowing when to get in at the right time and knowing when to not get in. So I'm actually going to save this here as a side note. Let me do this really fast. All right, perfect. All right, so USD JPY, no longer interested in it. Euro AUD. If you guys remember, I have this right here, big bearish potential move. But if you guys notice, what was I waiting for? I was waiting for the break of the head and shoulders. I was waiting for the break of this very, very well respected area. And I did not get ahead of myself thinking I was going to have the push from here down. I said, in order for me to take this trade, I need this and this to happen to take it. If you notice, that break never happened. I never took the trade. It really is that simple. And this is where a lot of traders will, question their strategy, take losses, and just be in the market when they're not supposed to be. I only took one trade last week, guys. from the 5 trades or 5 pairs that I was interested in taking. There was only one that gave me the nice trade, and that's it. There's no reason to take any more than one trade. So as of right now, for this trade, I am not interested anymore, because I'm still interested in this. If this happens, I'm still interested, but until that doesn't happen, I am no longer interested in this trade. GBP USD, on the other hand, is playing out as we are expecting it to. So if you notice, the weekly has a very clean weekly bearish break through the zone. I am expecting this weekly candlestick to wick into this area. If that wicks into this area, that means that the daily will then retest this EMA along with round psychological level 12400, and then the 4-hour EMA. So I'm waiting for price to kind of have a little push into here to then take the trade to the upside, which would be very, very, very clean. The main reason I want this is because it's creating the weekly wick, and I need that wick to enter it. So it's actually looking very nice. Yeah, I actually like this one. Actually above AUD, NZD, JPY, weekly, beautiful retest of structure points, daily, beautiful higher low at a very clean area of interest. We have support, resistance, resistance. And we also have a round psychological level, 8,500, I think. Let me see. Yeah, we have 85. Oh no, 85. A little bit above the zone. We could probably, squeeze the zone a little bit up so we can add the 8,500. 4-hour is going bullish. So as soon as this 4-hour candlestick closed bullish, then that's where I will wait for the pullback on the right shoulder to then go to the upside on that pullback. This is literally beautiful. Like, it's crazy. So once we get this pullback, it's going to create a higher low to then come back, retest the structure point, retest this EMA, and then head to the upside. So there's actually I'm very interested in this trade for the week. So this one, I'm very interested in going long. We're just waiting for this to close above this structure point, and then we'll wait for a little pullback here to then go long on the 1-hour. It'll be very clean because then it'll be retesting this structure point, retesting EMA, and we can possibly even then wick into 8,500 as well. So the most ideal thing would be for this daily candlestick to close as a wick, close as something like this, or like this, or like this. Like this would be perfect, because if it closes like something like this, then that means that the next daily candlestick is gonna fill it. So we can almost guarantee the move to the upside. And when the person that clips the clips, when they clip this in the future, I'm calling it. If it closes as a wick, it's going to fill it. Like my passion is just calling this like time and time after again. So, I mean, is everything that I've said so far, does it make sense? Type 1 if yes, type 2 if not. If I'm going too fast, you guys let me know. Like, I mean, like, just once you enter like the rhythm of seeing the market all the time, it's just, you just get the flow of it, right? So this is actually very clean. Perfect. So I mean, they're both the same, right? Then we got exactly due to the wick being filled. Then we got Euro GBP. I mean, so like you just come to a market like this, like Euro GBP, and then you're just like, why would I look at this when I got this? You know what I mean? It's really that simple. So when I pull up to Euro GBP and I don't see something as clean as this or as this, I just throw it to the downside. Like, I'm not here to fight with the markets or to make something out of nothing. Same thing here. We're clearly at a higher high. This thing could keep doing its thing. I don't want to be involved. AUD JPY, it is very similar to NZD JPY, obviously, because they're both exactly the same. So AUD JPY is the same thing, weekly time frame, retested weekly structure, round psychological, area of interest, daily area of interest, bullish engulfing, and then the 4-hour has now gone bullish as well. So I'm waiting for the same exact thing. I'm waiting for this pullback to then go long. That pullback on the 1-hour will then be the retest of this breakout that it had here. It technically already did it. It already broke out and then retested it, but I think it could do it again because it did it kind of the end of at the end of the week. So AUD JPY is still an interest, but I like NZD JPY better. AUD CAD, we already explained. Gold, like I explained, I don't want to buy at these highs. I do see some bearish momentum coming here due to the weekly time frame now being bearish. We could expect the weekly to come back, retest, and then sell at least to this zone right here. Daily time frame has already done it, so I could probably do it again for the weekly. But I mean, you guys can see the strategy working here like at full effect. You see the daily went bearish. We come back, retest EMA, retest round psychological level, retest structure, and you go down to the 4-hour and you can see a retest. Like it's just working here right at full effect, right in front of our faces every single time. Like there's no capping this. It's just, it works every time. Every single time. I mean, obviously not every single time, but there's a high chance that it works almost every time. The Euro USD, I just leave this for Jordan. NZD USD weekly time frame, we are bearish. So if this were to be bearish, then this were to be my area of interest right here. This were to be my area of interest. Then the daily, we can probably squeeze it down a little bit to maybe even here. So we get this touch, this touch, this touch. And then the 4-hour, well, by the time, yeah. So I mean, here we can kind of get a pullback here to keep selling. I'll put it there just for other purposes. NZD CAD. I'm good. CAD JPY, I'm good. AUD USD. I'm good. USD CAD. I feel like USD CAD has been in here forever. Well, kind of, yeah, since, yeah, literally since September of last year. It's been in the same zone forever. I'm good. GBP CHF. I think I've been waiting for this trade for like, I don't even know how long. Yeah, I'm recording. I've been waiting for this trade since July of last year. That's crazy. All right. And then we already know USD JPY. All right, perfect. So basically what I'm interested for this week is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have GBP as the number 1 because it can be the quickest to happen. Basically, we just need a pullback to then sell. So we already got this. This is already played out. So now all we're waiting for is for this point right here to come back into this area. So then we can sell. NZD JPY, we're just waiting for a little pullback on the lower time frames to then take the trade to the upside. AUD JPY, same exact thing. It's just a little bit of a longer pullback because it's had a stronger push. AUD CAD, we are waiting for a longer pullback. So we're waiting for something to here or here to then sell. So this can take a couple days. So we're going to actually put this one as the last one. And then we have NZD USD, which we can expect a pullback to this level to then continue the sells to the downside. And I would put this as my first take profit roughly. I'll actually put it up here. And this would be the trade for NZD USD.